Hey guys, I'm working in my pen pal art journal today, and Brie sent me these lovely cards. I just can't wait to use them. They're beautiful. Thank you, Brie. And I'm going to show you what Brie made or created last week. It's beautiful. My daughter was all oohs and ahs. You can see her video. I will link that down below. So I have these cards of these buildings that I know I'll never use them in my project life, so I decided to cut them out and use them in my art journal this week. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to protect my pages because I always forget to do that, but I remembered. I grabbed some gesso and I will add that to my page. I just wanted to say actually that Brie's channel is Documented Journey, and I will add her links down below, and you guys should go and check her out. But anyways, I'm going to dry that page. So once that's dry, I decide to bring out some of my acrylic paint, and I'm going to use some blue with my baby wipe and dab that on. And I'm going to add black because I do want it to have, or I do want a dark background so my buildings kind of pop out. So I did do the mistake of adding the black before I dried the blue paint, but it's okay. That's the beauty of the baby wipe, because it's wet. You can kind of remove some of the paint, and that's what I did right there. And I will add some blue and kind of dab it on there, which came out to be kind of like how I wanted it to be. And I'm not worried about the bottom because I know I'm adding those buildings on the bottom of my page. And now I'm going to grab my stencils, and I'm going to use a baby wipe again because I'm too lazy to go and grab my little foam, what do they call those? Now I can't remember. But anyways, it did seep through, but it really doesn't bother me. I think the whole point of it was to kind of make it look messy. And the one mistake I did was I shouldn't have put any white on this side because I wanted to stamp, and you'll see later why, but it's not a big deal. That's the beauty of art journals. You never know how it's going to turn out. But anyways, I keep using my stencil, and then I'm going to clean it off. And I'm going to add my buildings. I was really happy that they fit really well, but I did cut down some of them so I can kind of layer it and so they can fit. And I'm going to grab my multi-medium and start gluing everything down. So now that I'm done, I'm going to grab my stamps and go through them. I will use a Tim Holtz stamp. I want to use those birds, so I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab my Stays On and stamp that on my page. So this is where I made a mistake. I either should have just stamped it in white, but then I remembered I added that stencil, so I stamped it in black, and you can't really see it, but I will fix that in a bit because I felt like you can't really see the birds, and I wanted you to see the birds. So not a big deal. That happens to me a lot. Anyways, I'm going to add some shading to my buildings, a little bit of shading. I have to kind of be quick because this marker dries really quick. And then I'm going to grab my white gel pen and draw out those birds. And I think that was the only way I could get away with it, because I did kind of mess up, but it turns out pretty cute and I was happy with it. And then I'm going to add my quote. I decided to stamp it out, and I will stamp out "Use Your Wings." And I used my Feed Your Craft bold stamps, alpha stamps, and my Stays On. And then I'm going to cut out my quote and just add it to my page. I also decide to add some more white, so I kind of added some water to my white paint, and I'm just gonna kind of hope that it looks like stars. But anyways, I'm cutting down my quote and decide to add it to my right side of my page. And I'm just using that same marker to kind of give my white paper a little bit of darkness or shading. And I'm going to start gluing my quote down. So once I'm done, I feel like I have a lot of whites on the top of the page, but just none on the bottom. I don't know, my eyes were just, it felt like there was something missing. So I decided to add some white kind of to the windows in the buildings. And I actually was fine with that. It looked good. I added my date and a little bit of more black ink shading right there around my words. And I believe I call this done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.